right back up in it. Good to see everybody. Welcome back to Crypto After Dark. I see that it's lagging a little bit, so I'm going to give it like 2 or 3 seconds to catch up on the lag here. I can see it doing it, which annoys me greatly. Yet nothing I can do about it. And I also see that only one of my little lights is working. What's up with that? That's not going to get it. But either way, at least we have one light working. Good to see everybody. Welcome back. I'm glad to have you all here. A lot of stuff to talk about, interesting developments on the charts. You know, things not going exactly the way I think people want them to go. Hey, guess what? Welcome to the world of crypto, right? You thought you knew it was going to happen. Just like that, things went the wrong way on you. No big deal. Let's get into it. First, if you haven't done so, please go hit like. And look, the camera isn't working. There it goes. Go hit like. It's free. Free dollars. Camera on and everything. Likes and stuff, they cost nothing. And what this does is whenever you hit the like button, all right, YouTube takes that and pushes it around to everyone for free. Especially the more you guys hit like. Then YouTube looks at it and says, oh, well, they got something worth watching. We'll send this off to the interverse, the interweb verse. And more people watch. More people watch, the better. The more people we can help. All right. So let's say hey to everybody in a moment because there's only 20 on right now. I like to give everybody a little time to get in and get to thinking about things and get to looking at things, and then we'll say hey to everybody, and then we'll get to cracking on these charts. I got my good ink pen out. I got my at least one light working in the background. I don't know why both of them aren't working, but whatever. We'll figure that out later. Maybe. You know what? I bet one of them come unplugged over there because they just plug into the wall because I think she was laminating papers and one of them came unplugged. So I also want everybody, if you have some particular asset that you'd like to look at, please list it over here in the comments. I don't have the comments on the screen, but I do have them on the right over here where y'all can't see. There's another screen right here. You guys can't see, but you know, I've got everything listed over here that you guys say, and then I'll simply look over there, find the asset that you want to see, and we'll post it up over here and have a good look. So first thing I want to start with, I didn't have this on a thumbnail, but I wanted to start with it anyway, was XRP. Why? Well, because it's the big hot topic for the time being. So first, let's have a look at the high time frame, okay? It's important to always remember the high time frames. We get lost looking at these daily moves, you know what I mean? We see these little daily moves and we think, oh gosh, look at this one, look at that one, it's going to go down, it's going to go up. How about we just back up for a moment and look at the high time frame, right? It's very important that we see the high time frame because these little small moves that we watch happen, go up and down, back and forth, this way, that way, those are just precursors to a much larger move that's happening overall that you just can't see because you get lost. So clearly this thing broke its downtrend, as you can see by the dotted line breaking. Now this is a Fibonacci set that I have up here with all these lines, all right? But whether or not it's on there or not, it's the same thing. I don't want you to think that it's not. So I'm going to remove this for a moment so you can see it without the Fibonacci lines on there. It's the same thing. This is a simple downtrend that had been going since first quarter 2021. Just the end of the first quarter, really going into the second quarter of 2021. Since then, XRP's been trending down, and this was post SEC lawsuit. SEC lawsuit coming right over here, okay? You had this big move back down, and then it regained its strength and come up here. Didn't quite break all-time high, got to $2, and then stalled, all right? Well, guess what? There's no more lawsuit now. That's all gone, all right? So, essentially, we got back just above where it was before the lawsuit, after the bull market has come and gone, and it underperformed every asset in the top 100. Every single asset in the top 100 was it outperformed XRP if it was in the top 100. That's all there is to it. All right. So the good news is that's broken. That big bear downtrend is broken, and now that's broken, it back tested, bounced off, and then broke through resistance, which is right where I bought. That was my buy line right there where it says buy 2K. That's where I bought because it broke resistance, and that's what I wanted to see it do. While it was holding this uptrend, that wasn't good enough for me. I wanted to see it do a little more than that and prove it. And that's exactly what it did by breaking this line it proved it was ready to go up to the next resistance. It broke resistance, and now it's up to the next one. That resistance that it broke was right here, right along this 60-cent barrier. All right, once it cracked that, I was well in the profits, and I'm good to go. I've got alerts set on this, so if it goes down enough, it tells me to sell it, and I can get out plenty of profits. However, I do have some limit orders set to close to sell a little higher, so I'll explain that now. So if I put that Fibonacci set back up there, and I'll pull it back here so you can see it again. All right, kind of like that. We have key levels here on the right that a Fibonacci retracement shows us, and these key levels give us a hint at what kind of stopping and starting points we're going to have along the way. It's a really cool thing about Fibonacci retracement, right? It kind of helps us see the future a little bit and see what's going on before it happens, which is awesome. So we knew this 60-cent level was going to be some contentious area because of this resistance that just so happens to perfectly line up with the 382 fib. All right, mathematically speaking, blew right through that. The next level of interest was 75 cents. Now, this key level of 75 cents continues to play. Why? Because this week isn't closed yet and the price is above it, but it only tested for 1 week, okay? The first week, it got up here and failed to hold. The second week, now it's gotten back up here again to 80 cents, failed to break, and I'll go down to a different high frame in a moment, but it's failed to break up past that stopping point on a daily that you'll see in a moment. Good news is it's still over 75 cents. So, I mean, honestly, as long as this thing stays over 75 cents until Sunday, which is 3 days, then that's a pretty good sign we're going to stay up there for the short-term future. And there's a pretty good chance we make a run back toward $1. It has to hold above that 75 cents level. Again, now, there could be other factors that change that, such as if we get something like, you know, upper coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum make a big move down, well, I'm sorry, but that's likely to drag everything with it a little bit. That's just the way it works. I think you're all aware of that. Whenever we have a big move up, doesn't matter what the coin is, something like Bitcoin or Ethereum starts going down, it kind of drags the boats out to sea, right? Which isn't what you want to see. So barring that, if we can close over that 75 cents level on Sunday, next week is a big federal government news week. They got a lot going on. All right, there's a FOMC meeting. They're thinking that rates will get hiked. I'm kind of on the fence about that, thinking that rates will stay flat. And honestly, if they stay flat, we should see a continuation of what we have now. If they do a rate raise, you're likely to see things come back down and start balancing out more, all right? We need rates flat or rates getting cut. If either of those happen next week, flat rates or cut rates, I think we'll see the market trend up. If that stops, well, in my opinion, you're likely to see more down. And that goes for XRP or Bitcoin or anything. And that'll be going into next week, of course. That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's Thursday next week. So we'll be live streaming the same day after that. If it's Wednesday, that's fine too. It'll be a day after that. No big deal. Either way, that's my look for XRP. Hold 75 cents, open chance to get $1. Fail 75 cents, you're likely coming back to 60. What happens after we hit $1? We'll reassess from there. There's a possibility that we go to 130. I don't know about that. If we hit $1, it's more likely to come back to 75 cents, in my opinion, but we'll see. One step at a time, all right? Let's get to that dollar mark first. So there's my XRP take. That's how I see it. Don't kill the messenger. By the way, go hit like. It's free. Costs nothing, okay? 18 people have hit like. Let's get some more likes, man. Come on. More likes, more people. That's the way it works. All right. Let's say hey to everyone and see what assets you guys want to talk about. And we shall. All right. Tech says, let's get it. Likes are free here. That's right, brother. 28,005 is bottom of year-to-date channel and roughly the 50. I see a bounce to early August. Same thing I'm thinking, Mullet. The only question mark is it happen now or later, right? And then if it does happen later and we're trending down when it happens, well, is that a situation where we cut through it? So I don't want to try to predict the future because I don't think that's going to work because it's like a very volatile time right now. So as long as we're trending up, I got to think we keep going up. Once that changes and we flip that trend back to the downside, well, I think we may be right there. So, but you see right there, Mullet's a very, very smart guy, and he knows what he's talking about. So you know, hey, it's best to listen when smart people speak. Ariana, good to see you, ma'am. Dynamis, what's up, Dean? Lunatic Prophet, what's up, Jimmy Munn freaking Rowe? What's up, Electric Ken? Good to see Electric motherfucking Ken back in the house, brother. All right, we got Ape. Let me write all these down. Ape, LTC Near Matic, ZEC, Zen, and YGG. ZEC. All right, we'll look at those. Colo, good to see you. Eric Denim Logic, good to see you. Cheesy, what's up, brother? Good to see you. J. Nicholas Gross from Berserkly. Good to see you out there in the wild west. Brother Bill, what's up? Russell Thompson, Spock, good to see you. Bullish CEO, yo. I haven't seen Bullish CEO in a minute. Good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're here. Welcome back. I love seeing the OGs on here, man. From way back on here talking. That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. China Matt, when Lambo? Now Lambo. Matt, there's a calculator on Wonderland that tells you when. Oh, that's great. All right, Naka, KDA, Nexa Space. I'll try to see if I can find all these. RXD. All right, I got a bunch of them there. CM way over there. What coin is this on my phone? That's XR friggin' P, Miss Kelly Slate. Look, Jeremy Monroe said it too. Anonymity, what's up? Good to see you. Dice Pineapple, yo. Can we check out Casper? Yes, we can. Chamda, what's up, bro? Good to see you. I'm gonna call it Chamda because I know you don't like that. CRV, yes sir, gotcha. So when breakout, let's look and see. All right, ADA. Look at that one. What's up, Brug? That's what's up. Started a videography business. How cool is that, dude? Lambo never peace of mind now. QQQ, gotcha. I did all the circles and then I added a little line that sticks out of the queue afterwards because I'm an idiot. I don't even know why I wanted to tell you. When OnlyFans, bro. I already have an OnlyFans account. You just didn't know that, did you? I got drunk one night and made one. After a live stream. What an idiot. All right, so first let's go through some uppers and then we'll get to all these coins that you guys listed. First, I want to talk about total market cap and Bitcoin. All right. So said that on the high time frame about XRP. Well, here's the high time frame for Bitcoin. A lot of sell pressure on the top. No, can't argue that. So as long as this sell pressure continues to come in, I'm going to continue worrying on it because I'm not sure exactly where it's going. Still trending up? Yeah, still trending up, making higher highs and higher lows. We made kind of an equal high here, which wasn't exactly what I wanted to see happen. I didn't want to see an equal high. I wanted to see a higher high, but we got an equal high. So it's tight. This is tight. It's got to move, all right? If this doesn't move next week, it's going to get eerie. We might get that 28,500 move like you saw in the thumbnail before then. Let me go down to the daily and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I got two different looks for this, okay? 50 moving average is the yellow line you see on the screen, all right? 50-day moving average is important because it's a very simple moving average. A lot of people use as a filter, a long short idea, right? We do this in Forex. We use the 50 moving average to find our long and short setup before we take the trade, right? So it's kind of a filter to help you see it. That's what the yellow line is. This is what I see. This thing has continued to stay in range here ever since the end of June. So almost a solid month now. It's just kind of driven sideways and bounced back and forth, kind of showing you that it wanted to go with that most amazing news possible SEC lawsuit going away. But still stuck in the mud, still hasn't moved much, still sitting on the floor here thinking about it, but not actually doing anything. Had a relatively good for the dollar unemployment news today, which is typically bad for risk assets. And you got a red candle to follow that. Still in range though. And now it's up 0.4%, but still in range. I want to see what this thing does over the next couple of days, though, because if this thing drops out of range, the next logical spot is around the 28,005 area. Right now, it's 28,009 on Binance. Let me show you Bitcoin CME, which will give you a slightly different perspective on this. Bitcoin CME is Bitcoin Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Why do we use this one? Because this is the biggest exchange money-wise, aside from Binance. And since everybody can't get Binance, this is where the big dogs play on the futures market. This is a direct reflection of what they use. Now, the data is 10 minutes behind because I'm a cheapo and I don't pay for the up-close data, or 10 seconds behind or whatever it is. But either way, you see it happening, okay? So 29,965 is what we're at right now, dancing with 30,000 on the bottom side of it now. And China Matt was talking about how this is a bit of a wick-off accumulation here. So even a down move to 28,000 isn't horrible as long as we get a bounce here. Now, as you see, 28,445 is the price on Bitcoin CME's 50-day moving average. It's a little bit smoother and a little bit more consistent than our weekend times that we have on Binance, Kraken, all the other ones, right? All those other charts show weekends, and the CME chart doesn't. Now, let me give you a case for either direction, up or down here. The case for down is very simple. On the Bitcoin CME side, this thing kind of looks like it's lost its range. You could argue that it's fallen under now. If I draw a trend line here, you'll argue that the red line here actually cut the range. Yeah, that range is cut now. And I need to close out a couple things here. That range is broken, and now we're testing the bottom side of it, which is no bueno. This would lead to more down. Now, this more down would not be bearish, as it would create a higher low if it stopped at the 50 and bounced back up to potentially create another higher high. Why would we want to create another higher high? Well, that's an uptrend, first of all. But secondly, this is the last CME gap above the price that's left. There's no more after this, right? Typically, these CME gaps close, much like you see this gap right here get closed by these candles. I'm to assume that this gap up here is going to close as well. It's not far away from the price. It's creeping closer to it. The closer we get to it, the more likely it is to hit it. You can see we're not very far away now. So one more move up would be the finishing touch to get it there. All right. The fibs line up. If I pull a fib on this on a daily chart, you see we're in this downward channel right here, kind of creating the same thing here. No, bit of a downward channel. It's thinking about breaking, but hasn't yet. And then once it broke, all was good and well, and we broke through and felt real good. A back test of this 50 would not be the end of the world, because these Fibonacci lines line up here with right near where that CME gap is. And those prices are 33,000, 34,000, 36,000. So somewhere in that 34,000 range. If we break north, that is my target. And that is probably going to be the high for the rest of the summer and maybe for the rest of the year, but we'll see about that. The reason I say that is, back to the weekly chart, you're getting closer to overbought here. If this thing runs up here at around 34 to 40, you're going to be overextended on the weekly chart, and that's usually a sign that things are going to pull back. Every non-bull market that goes overextended typically pulls back pretty rapidly, and there's a solid possibility that happens with Bitcoin also. So 28,005 is not the end of the world. It's actually a higher low and sets up a pretty good move north. May drag everything with it. Be prepared for that. What would stop this from happening? If we get back over range here, we hold out till Thursday, good FOMC news comes out, and we have flat or cut rates, not raised rates, that would be a bullish sign for risk assets, and that would be bad for the dollar, which we're going to look at next. Now, the dollar, boy, oh boy, has it taken it right in the pooper. So it continues to make lower highs, and it finally made a new lower low. Right now it feels good because it's coming back up, and it's all hunky-dory that it's come back up, and that's great. It's so far about to do a bearish retest, much like we did back in October on Bitcoin. We did that bearish retest where it bounced along the bottom and then rolled over and failed. I kind of drew what I think is going to happen, not in any particular given time, just a drawing to represent it, right? This would be the best scenario in my opinion. Why? Well, this would give the dollar a chance to creep up and think about it just before rolling over and quitting. When the dollar goes down, typically risk assets almost across the board go up. Now, crypto didn't do too much while all this went down, did it? Most of the money went to XRP and not Bitcoin. So, it's hopeful to me that we get a dollar run down and everything comes up and the tide brings everything. A lot of this money went into the stock market, not into crypto. Stock markets have done very, very well. Risk assets on the equity side have been amazing. Not so much for crypto, right? This kind of tells me whenever you have some of the best news possible and you don't move much on the charts, there's probably not a lot of juice left there until people get to talking again. All right. And it may take a little bit before that happens. Makes sense? All right. So that's my target down there, that green box. Why is that my target? Well, that's the 618 extension of a retracement. And that's a big retracement on a high time frame. This is a weekly move. Let me erase the little arrow here because I do think that's what happens. It's going to take some time to play out. As you see, big move up, broken trend, rolling over. I don't care how you want to draw it. I think this is the drawing. And this runs out all the way until April 24, when we should be in a bull market. So we may see moves up small and then a bigger pullback, or you may see the dollar run up. I'm not totally positive here, but I do think we get fiddling around before big moves happens. And I think it may happen at the beginning of next year. Makes sense? It'll be a derivative of what the dollar does. I'm not asking it to be perfect. I'm really not. You see it kind of pulled back right around 2020. And then after 2020, once 2021 came, big move up in 2021 for the dollar. And it lasted all the way to the end, to right till November. Then you've seen the dollar really take off. And that's when we had our big bear market. And before that, the dollar took a pretty noticeable run down in 2020, didn't it? Which was when our bull market started. 2020, 2021 was all she wrote for crypto. And after that, well, that was the end of the party. It was over. Look what it did before that. Trended up. We're not trending up right now. We're trending down. So we might have a situation where you get the dollar that does this, big gnarly move down here, thinks about it for a while at the bottom. Big gnarly move down here, thinks about it for a while at the bottom, and then moves back up until we get our bull market. Just my thought process on it. Been thinking on it for the last couple of days about how things may play out. I've been trading Forex a lot more recently. Started a funded challenge. I'm down 3%. I've actually made way more winning trades than losing trades. Way more of them. Thing is, the losing trades have been bigger than the winning trades. So, I also have been pinched on time all this week. I had to take the kid to camp, which is directly in the middle of the best time to trade Forex. Right? Try to set rules for myself. Hey, don't trade this time. Hey, don't trade that time. Well, you don't have time to do it. So trying to make time. Also, some trades happened at night, and I didn't want to trade Forex at night. And man, boy, did they really move. I would have made thousands. Also, the reads where I lost money, believe it or not, I was right. I just had the wrong timing. I was off by a few candles, which sucks. I mean, a few candles. That's how tight Forex can get sometimes if you're risking too much. And I think my risk was a little bit too high on some of them too. So I'm going to work on bumping my risk down a little bit and being a little less risky with the plays and give them a little bit more room to run. And I think I should be all right. I'll make a little less overall at first doing that, but I think it's worth it. And once I get built up a little bit and get money back, then I think I'll be all right. So I got to work on that a little bit. Part of the game. I wanted to try it with a lot of money because I've never had a lot of money to trade with before, and I want to know what I can expect, right? So it was good and fun for me so far. Stressful, but an incredible learning experience. Not having done Forex for years and years and then coming back to it brings back a lot of memories, and it's good to know that I have a winning strategy. You know what I mean? Good to know that I have a winning strategy. Just got to apply the rules a little better, dial back the risk a little bit. That degen stuff you see on the internet just isn't cool, and I think we'll do a lot better. That was Bitcoin. Let's do Ethereum real fast, and we'll get into the rest of these alts. Ethereum. All right. So if I go to the daily chart here, playing around above the 50. I don't like the failure to get above resistance here. It's hitting this resistance level and not getting above it. Constantly playing around like it's gonna, but not actually doing it. I do like the fact that you broke this downtrend and you have a short-term uptrend, but the buy volume is so low here. We are over the 50, and that's good, but you're underneath the 821 EMA. That's not good. I need to see some improvement going into next week. If we don't get that, I think we're going to get that 28,005 level. And if that happens to Ethereum, we may see it run all the way back to the trend line here and take a touch before it goes up one more try. All right. I still like, we already hit our 2,000 goal here. That already happened. I wanted 2,000 Ethereum. And that's exactly what happened, which is awesome. I want to see now some more improvement. I want to see this thing run back to this 2,000 line and potentially take a stab at 2,500. It's a big ask. I know that. For the time being, it's not, it's dead in between wanting to go and not wanting to go, and I can't play that. I have to sit pat and watch what I'm doing. If this fails the 50, I may reduce a big position. If it stays above the 50, I might stay pat and not do anything important, right? Just let it ride until the time changes. One step at a time. Hey, y'all, go hit like, man. 46 people on, 32 likes. That means about 14 of you guys haven't hit like. Go hit it. It's free. It costs nothing. The more likes we get, the more YouTube helps us out and pushes us around, and the more people get the message, all right? All right. Shit, my bad, Tex. Thank you. And there was one other guy who donated last time. I forgot who it was. Let me get these shots in. You guys have to get your minds right, because when the bull market comes back and all the money starts flowing and more people start donating, oh, we're going to be tore up. We're going to be tore up. And I want you guys to start doing these with me afterwards on Zoom. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get these shots in. Got some JD bonded. This is really good, really smooth whiskey. I would recommend it for anyone who wants to try it, who can legally try it. Huh? Ooh, that's one. I haven't drunk in a while. Ooh. That's two. Ooh, let me wash that one down with some water. That's burning. Goodness. Thanks a lot, Tex, and whoever that was that did that before. Now I'm going to have a hard time getting up in the morning because I'm going to stay up late after this to talk to y'all guys and watch Forex. Whew. All right, some more assets that you guys want to look at. Well, let's look at them. I got a big list. I'm going to start cracking through them here in a second. XDC. XLM, ALGO. XLM, ALGO, Pepe. What all you most bullish on? One of the best analysts in the game. Thank you, brother. Long-term, Arbitrum. I think that's going to have a huge bull market. We'll see, though. Other alts that I think will do well. Probably Uniswap. I think AVAX will have a good run. Maybe not as big as last time. Goodness. Oh, gosh. Link should do well. Zilliqa, Filecoin, Quant should do well. VRA, I think they'll do well. Injective Protocol's already done well. If you want some low caps that I think will do well, Grail, BioFi, I do think will eventually do well. Not so well right now, but I think eventually. Blur, Rio, WAXP, WAXP. I know it sounds ridiculous, but they're a big ecosystem. VET, Rose, Presearch. I think all MTV will probably do well again. All those are going to have varying gains, and I like Arbitrum a lot. I think they're going to do well. It's a big time coin, and a lot of money is going to flow. Watch and see. All right. Just my thought process. Link, yes, sir. I got you. Oh, bro, good deal. Bullish CEO. Awesome. So he said, I'm about to sign up for the Discord. Well, I think everyone should sign up for the Discord. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. Let me pop it up here. Oh, that's the chat box. That's working now. No, it's not. It's not working. Bow! Launchpass.com/the786assassins/half off. This link may actually change soon. Been talking to another guy online, so we'll see. But you get half off, a whopping $8 a month. $8 whole friggin' dollars a month to learn how to chart better, make better money with what you have. Learn how to sell it as well at the right time. You guys have no idea right now, when this end of the bull market happens eventually, how many people are going to be left behind. If you get left behind, don't blame it on me. We're going to be there screaming from the mountaintop saying, hey man, it might be time to back off on the gas here a little bit. Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared to be the person that funds my winnings? All right, I'm going to have a shit ton of money in the crypto market. Are you the one that's going to hold the bag when I sell? Because I'm going to sell. Are you going to be the one that hangs on to it and watches it devalue itself? Don't say I didn't tell you so. All right, could we have a super cycle? Sure. We'll see when the charts happen. Till then, no. I'm going to think we have a bull market like we had last time, just like we had the one before that and the one before that. Okay, so don't miss out, y'all. $8. I'm not asking for $1 million. That's not how it works. It's $8. That price will go up eventually, so be ready. All right. Man, we're a family. We do it together. I post everything that I do. I comment almost all day long in there. We have people from all over the world. Don't miss out on your chance. I got XTC up here, IOTA. All right. King of Light. Bow, what's up, brother? Good to see you, sir. Looking forward to seeing you in them Zooms again eventually. We got a big silver. I got you. XAG. We got a big MMA audience in our Discord too. And hey man, I'm watching the fights this weekend too, so I'm ready, dude. Let's go. All right, let's get to some of these coins you guys asked for. Let's start with Ape. We're gonna go through them quickly too. Ape, still in a big gnarly downtrend here. Now I'm gonna flip off the 50 and I'm gonna turn the 821 EMA on here. It's a little bit of a quicker filter. Still under the 50, let's not forget. But Ape has done very, very little here. Look at this thing just getting pounded by sell pressure. Still in a downtrend, so I can't yet, even though you got an 821 buy signal and a bit of an 821 cross, be very leery of this, all right? You haven't broken trend just yet. Once it breaks trend, I would feel a lot better about this. But, I mean, honestly, it could go up quite a while and not break trend, yeah? So, every buy here needs to have a decent stop loss set. If this thing breaks the lows right here, she's a goner. All right. So while you do have 2 over the 8, that's nice. Be careful because this is still under the 50 and way under the trend. All right. But you do have an 821 cross and I can't deny that. Litecoin. LTC. All right. Downward cross. You've broken trend again. Right. See that? Trend broken. Overall, still a big uptrend, but maybe more down first. I think Litecoin had its halving, and it may have run all the good out of it. 115 happened, dude. We said 120. 115 was so friggin' close, dude. How awesome is that? Now it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Had a lot of dips and dives before it did that shit, but hey, all the way up to 120. That is awesome. Well, 115. 115, almost 120. That was really close. For now, it's starting to trend down a little bit. It's probably over the 50 though. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, still over the 50, sitting right on it. You get an 821 cross, this would be a go for me. Until I get an 821 cross, it might go under. So I'm neutral on this one. Near. Near had an awesome bull run last time. I'm anticipating something similar this time, but it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to be one of the 2025 runners probably. Everything will get a little bit of juice in 2024, but 2025 will be when the alts come alive. All right. And when those alts come alive, Near will probably be one of them. So I'm going to be in some alts already, but a lot of my money from Bitcoin and Ethereum will probably go over into other alts at some point because Bitcoin's going to run out of juice eventually, and have altcoins that take a big slice of that. So Near hasn't broken trend. It is over the 8, the 21, and the 50. So I don't hate a buy, but be very leery and have a stop loss set. My stop loss would be somewhere around 125, 1.25. That would be my stop loss. And I would look to take profits on the first good breakout up toward $2. But the problem is it might get hung up at 165. That's the problem with NEAR. Doesn't break 165, it's coming back down. Breaks 165, then I'm looking more toward $2. But one step at a time. Got to break 165 first. So I'm neutral on this one. Matic, broken 50, broken 821. Not bad. I don't like that sell pressure on the top, but it is a higher low. That's okay. You are trending up. See that? That's an uptrend, folks. Short, but it's an uptrend. All right. And your downtrend broke, which was right here. See that? That was a breakout. Close, but a breakout. So I like Matic here because of that. Yes, I know it's in a higher low right now and it needs to get moving. If it can hang out above this green line, bueno. If it falls below that green line, it might get ugly. So let's watch very carefully. It's right on the edge, but it's okay at the moment. YGG. All right. YGG. Damn, I hit a button. Sorry. Everything flashed on my end. YGG looks like it may. Man, it's right against the trend. I can't do this one yet. This may take a day or three more to get better before it actually cracks and goes north. This one's a little spooky to me, all right? Because of that, I'm going to say, damn. It's not a bad setup, but I don't like it being under this trend line. For me, it's a no. I want to sit on the other side of this trend line over here. Once it's over here, much better spot, much safer. Even if you get some more down after this, it's much safer on this side. If you're going to buy it, stop loss for me would be about 0.1320. That would be my stop loss. By the way, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some asshole on the internet. Please do your own thing, and it's your money. Don't listen to me and do your own thing, okay? I'm just here to teach. All right, Zen. It's shitty that I have to say that kind of stuff, but it's happened before and it'll happen again where someone tries to sue me. Well, listen, I've got good lawyers, so unless you're prepared to spend a lot of money, be careful. All right, over the 8, over the 21, over the 50 here on Zen. I do like the higher low. I don't like the short-term lower highs. You have an extra secondary little downtrend in here. All right. That needs to break. Once it does, good. I like this on the back side right here, this trend up. That's awesome. All right. I want to see this hold. If the green line holds, you're good to go. Where would my stop loss be? Under the 50 moving average here. 728 would be where I hang my hat and say that's good enough for me. I'm out. Anything below that, you're probably going to print another low. 930 would be my first target, which is equal to the previous high. If it can break 930, then you're looking at $10.50 even. 10 to 10.50 if it can break 930. 930 is going to be the first high point, which was also that previous high again. All right. ZEC. By the way, you guys, if you haven't done so, here. Share this around social media, okay? I can't share it, but to so many people. There you go. Share it around. The more people we get on here, the better. I want this thing packed. I want 100 people in here every time like we used to have, all right? Those numbers have been down for 2 years. I want to see it get better, all right? I want to see us grow. I want to see us shine a little bit. Let's put some people in the spotlight. Let this be more than just about me. You know what I mean? Over the 821, over the 50 for ZEC here. Relative targets, it's not bad. It's got a little bit of a downtrend, a bit of a bull flag. If this breaks north, which I think it may do. If this breaks north, targets are 34.40, 37 to 37.50. Somewhere around in there. If we break north. If we fail, my stop loss would be $27 flat. But it's not in a bad spot at all. NACA. I like, by the way, being able to talk price and where I think it's going to go. Once we have a bit of an uptrend and we see things moving along, we can start seeing things for what they're worth more than just saying it's going to go up, it's going to go down. We can find price points. All right, NACA still trending up. This is NACA Games. Still trending up hardcore. You do bounce off the 50. That's good. You are back over the 821. It hasn't crossed yet. It's just trying to cross right now. I don't hate this, especially if things are going to improve. It's a lower high. I don't like that. So I'm not off the ship right now. It's all right. It's still trending up, and you're still above the 50 and the 821. So I'm not going to knock it, but be careful. All right, I'm neutral on this one. KDA. All right, so pinned down by the 58 and 21. KDA is going to be a no for me until I see some more improvement. It's got to prove it. This is a bear flag. Prove it by breaking. Break north, and we can talk. Till then, it's going to be a no from me on KDA. Nexa. I believe we did this one last week too. All right. Ugh. Big gnarly downtrend. Until this improves, no thank you. I just can't be on board until it gets right. Okay. Once that green line right there gets crossed, then we can talk about it. Nothing to talk about until that happens. Fair enough? Cool. Space. Microvision chain. Well, this thing took off like a bat out of hell. Not much to say about this because we don't have too much data. 4 hour doesn't look horrible. You've got an over 821 moving average. That's good. 2 hour, let's step down a little bit because we don't have much data. Same thing there on the 2 hour. It looks bullish on the 2 hour. May have a little bit more up here. Cool. Ride it till it dies, right? I'm neutral because I'm not sure, not very much data. RXD. Oh, this is Radiant. All right. So Radiant had it rough. It did a big down at first, right? Big down. After that big down, it's kind of jogged sideways. Not in a horrible spot. I'd like a little improvement, but it is trending up. Can't deny that's trending up, okay? Cool. Since it's trending up, we'll leave it be. I'm not going to run and bail on this one until this trend fails. Closing on the back side of this green line over here, that's no bueno. Going to have a wider stop on this one because it's tight price action. So my stop would be 00183. That would be my stop. You could do under the 50 moving average if you'd like, which would be 002 flat. That would be my upper stop if you wanted to do a little bit less risk. All right, Caspa. All right. Yep, still running here. One would argue this is still on the back side of this trend line, right? One would argue that the trend line comes this way. Whatever. Either way, broke the downtrend that it made. Can't deny that. And once it broke that downtrend, it's been nothing but up since. I honestly had this coming to these green boxes. Didn't happen. The bullish momentum stayed. Bounced the 50 and took off like a rocket. Once this rolled over right here, I thought this was going to break through the 50 and it didn't. Hey, everybody, see? I'm wrong sometimes too. It's fine. I don't care. I'm going to get another one right later. It's okay. You're going to be wrong sometimes, especially when everybody's watching and you go through hundreds of assets every week. Whatever, man. CRV. I believe the question was, when will this break out? All right. She rolled over and broke the green line. This is what I was talking about on the other ones. Now, it's still above the 50, and it's trying to get back over the 821 EMA right there. See that? She's trying to get back over, and it might do it. If this gets back over that 821, it's going to take another run at the trend line. Maybe next week. If we get good stuff next week, we may push through this. But for now, it's a no. It's close, but no. ADA. All right. Still running up here very aggressively. I'm going to mark this out a little better. Something like that. We had that one big aggressive green candle followed thereafter by a very sharp reversal candle. Since then, it's made a higher low and not a higher high yet. It is sitting on top of the AEMA. Good. Problem is there's trash in the way. Been watching this one closely. There's some trash in the way right here, also known as the 200 moving average. Till it's over that 200, it's not in a bull market. All right. Everything under the 200 is in a bear market. Simple as that. And until it breaks back over to 200, it's not bull. It's not a bull market. It's not. Simple as that. There will be no bull market for an asset unless it's over the 200 moving average. Simple. Now, it's not in a bad spot, and I think we may take another run at the 200. We'll see. If it does, cool. Stop loss. You see my buy line down here, so I'm not going to put my stop loss. Well, I mean, I'll set an alert for 0.26. I can move my stop loss into the profits. 0.297. I can set a stop loss there, and that'll be kicking me out in the profits. Worst case Ontario. Doesn't sound bad, does it? QQQ. Oh, Martin Sterling, can we see WWE? All right. I want to focus on weekly trades versus daily. And advice on how to chart differently? You're the man. You're the man. Weekly, let's do WWE because he donated. He jumps the line. Yes, sir. Weekly is on a solid uptrend. Can't deny it. Won't deny it. Very simple. If you're going to trade the weekly time frame, Monday to Monday. Don't look until Monday. Buy on Monday, sell on Monday. Nothing else. I say that because a lot of times these big companies will put their earnings reports late in the week and after hours. Ain't shit you can do about it. So if you're not going to look on the weekly, you really only need to look at the opening. I'll tell you what, let's look twice. How about Monday morning, Friday afternoon? And that's it. Don't look any other times. This way you're concentrating on very few things instead of a lot of things. And it's much easier, all right? You're going to make less percent because you're going to lose some off the top and lose some off the bottom because weekly moves take a long time to happen. Now, I'll say that a lot of big companies use the weekly and the monthly, all right, because it's easier and they don't care about all the noise. They have money coming in every month, so they don't care. Be smart with it, all right? I don't hate weekly chart trades. I really don't, especially in a bull market. Once these risk assets in crypto turn into a bull market and they're on a daily chart, you're going to see wild movements. On a weekly chart, it may just keep on going up. You're going to have it happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. But WWE at the moment, big solid hammer candle. This looks like it's going to break highs again. It's already broken all-time highs, and honestly, I think this thing goes even more. I think it runs out all the way to roughly, that one's already over. I'm trying to be pessimistic here. 133 on WWE. My goodness. That's a solid possibility. All right, QQQ. All right. Not quite the all-time high just yet. So far, it's only swept the high on a weekly chart. Overbought weekly. Daily starting to roll back over on the 8. Be careful here, but it's still trending up. So long as this thing is trending up, I wouldn't bail. It might just touch the 50 and bounce, which is also right where that trend line happens to be, right there near the 50 moving average. So I don't hate QQQ if you want to trade it a little bit more long term. XTC. All right, XTC, hell of a move over here. About time. Don't count that one wick right there. I don't think that's true. Other than that, clear break right over here. You bounce to 58.21, and it's done nothing but go up since. This thing's used up a lot of juice already all at once. So be mindful of that, right? Weekly has more juice to go, but may not go up a ton more. I think you're going to have a hard time breaking 48 to 50 cents. And the previous high is roughly 0.045. So I say roughly 0.048 to 5 cent is going to be tough nuts to crack, all right? So be smart with that. It may do it, and I hope it does, but that would be my first targets. Stop loss. I would have already bought this down here, not higher. Stop loss. Gosh, you're going to be huge stop loss, all the way down to 0.029. That's a 40% stop loss. That sucks. That's why I wouldn't take this. XLM. All right. Outperforming XRP so far. XLM has done more percent than XRP has without winning a single lawsuit. Go figure. This thing broke that resistance that I was talking about on XRP. And now I'm going to show you that resistance that I was talking about. This is actually wick chasing a bit, and it may run all the way back up to 18 to 20 cent here. There's a possibility it runs all the way back up there. Let me show you that daily resistance that I was talking about on XRP, and this is it. All right. Same move you just saw from XLM, only this one hasn't broken that resistance yet. It's just tagged it and immediately stopped. Now it is still trending up, and I think there's a possibility that it takes it. I like the break north here. I like the bullish sentiment. If this breaks resistance, which it may, then we get that run up here to 94 cents to $1. I've got take profits set up here to sell. I'm ready to rock. I have them set for 96 cents and 98 cents to sell 50 and 50. All right. We'll see what happens. XLM does think there may be a little bit more in the tank. Short term, you may lose a little, but long term, I think there's more in the tank. One more move up at least. Algorand. Algorand has really disappointed once again. Every time I think it's going to go up, it stops. Every time I think it's going to go down, it bounces around a little. All the more reason for me to just not do anything until I see it break that 50. Till this thing breaks the 50-day, I'm out. I can't do it. Once it breaks the 50-day, I can talk about it. Other than that, it's probably just going to disappoint me. Right now, still a no, but very close to being a yes. Just not quite there yet. Pepe. All right, sitting flat, playing ball, but not good enough. What's up, Therm the Worm? Good to see you. King of Raw says PANW. That might be the last one. All right, I don't like this flat nature. Bit of a head and shoulders forming here. This may go back to the 50 and touch on Pepe. So it's going to be a no for me on that one. Link. Great day yesterday. Put this on Twitter. I bought this down here at the green line. So far, performing well. I like the jump that it did over the 236. It may come back and back test this. Nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to sell it off unless it fails that, because once it fails that, it's likely to come back down in this range. As long as it stays above this range, I'm cool with it. I'm hopeful that this thing runs all the way to $10. Why? Because that's breaking resistance. That'll break the resistance. You see all this crap right here dealing with this resistance. It'll break that and potentially run all the way back up to the next mathematical resistance line, which is all this slop over here. All right. That's going to slow down progress a little bit. And it's so underperformed that I think it's due to perform some. All right. It did this last bear market too. It performed well during the bear market when other things didn't. They fell off really hard, and Link gained its momentum back very rapidly and never missed a beat. So I'm hopeful that happens again. We may get another sell-off up here when we get up a little bit, and then it may, spit back in our face. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. I'm hopeful though. IOTA. All right. I need a better chart than that. All right. Now, big time downtrend right here. Hasn't broken anything of any significance yet, so it's going to be a no for me pretty quick on this one. Silver. All right. We trade this actively every single day in the Forex room in our Discord for free. There's no charge for the Forex room. All you got to do is show up and be in there, right? Links down below. It's free. You get that, everybody? Free. Doesn't cost anything. Just show up. It's free. You can come Forex trade with us every single day. How many people will take me up on that? Very few. Why? Because people are lazy and they don't want to try. They want you to do it for them. And I'm not going to do that. We don't baby people around here. Silver still trending up, even though it's had some sell pressure here. It did sweep the high a bit, but not all the way. It's at Sniper's Alley. It's over every moving average. I don't hate it. Still trending up, even with a little down. It's making a higher low. I'd like to see a higher high, though. That'll be the significant factor. If it can't make a higher high, we're destined to come back toward 23.5 in time. Let's see. PANW. Palo Alto Networks. All right. And equity. All right. This goes up. No bullshit there. Straight up uptrend. I don't like this thing rolling over under the 821 right here. This may go back to the 50 and bounce, But for now, it's trying to start showing short. It's not there yet. It's right on the edge of being short. Did go overbought and started getting some bearish divergence right there. I don't like that. Weekly, she went overbought on the weekly. May have a bit of a pullback here, but it might not be much, all right? May just be a short pullback to build up some more momentum. Just how I see it. I may be wrong. I've been wrong plenty before. Johnny Surfer, off topic, I know, but there's a way to add profits into your trade without closing your position. Wait a minute, what are you asking? Off topic, I know, but is there a way to add your profits in your trade without closing your position? Yeah, I mean, you can close portions of it if you want. You know what I mean? You can just sell a segment of it. You could just say, if I bought $1,000 worth and it's up 10%, I'm going to sell $100 worth and get your profits back, right? And then you're back to where you started. I think that's what you're asking. I'm not sure. I don't know if you mean take profits and then wait on it to come down and re-add. You can do that too. But I think that's what you're saying, but I'm not exactly sure. Text, we lose some context in text. Unreal how few people are in there. I know Dean, right? I was hoping it would be more people. There's only a few people. There's some people watching, but not actually in there doing anything. And that's okay too, I guess. That's par for the course. Anyway, bro, that's been an hour. We went through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 25, 29 or 30 assets. Not bad. Not bad. Again, I want to thank you all for coming. I appreciate everybody being here. Discord is still half off. If you don't take advantage of that, do you have any idea how far you're going to get left behind when the time comes? I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to do this on YouTube so you can see what I'm doing. Come in our Discord and hang out with smart-minded people who all have the same objective. Make as much money as you can, take your profits, and lose as little money as possible. My gosh, you understand how important that is to take your profits and then to not lose them all. How many stories am I going to have to hear of I made a bunch of money and then I lost it all? I made a bunch of money and then I lost it all. How many times do you have to say that to me? I'm sorry, Keith, I made $300,000 in the bull market, but then I put it in this and I lost it all. Look, it's my job to help people make as much money as they can and lose as little money as possible. For $8 a month, I think that's a pretty darn good deal. It's not a ton of money. It's a little bit. If you don't like it, you can cancel it anytime, man. It's very simple. I help every single person who asks to be helped. I can even create you your own private thread for the public to see, but private just for you, so that you can come in there and talk about whatever you'd like, any assets that you like, any particular strategies that you want. That's what we do. It's one-on-one. If it's not me, it's the other admins and moderators. So, thank you all. I'll leave you with this. In the words of the late, great, notorious B.I.G., you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. And I appreciate that shit, y'all. That's awesome. And make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. I'm out. I'll see you guys on the Zoom after this. Thank you. Sky's the limit. Y'all be good. Jay-Z said it. So did Biggie. Peace.